Welcome into Siren Records Monterey. This is Fresh Catch Friday. And if you're new here, we talk about some of the new releases and reissues that came out on vinyl today or within the past couple of weeks if they're stragglers. And just give you a kind of a wide variety of everything covering, kind of older stuff to electronica to heavy metal to indie rock and even a tad country now and again. Just kind of a little bit of something for everyone. So if you like music and you want to know about new releases, I would suggest that you hit that subscribe button down below, give it a thumbs up, and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's get on with it. Picks of the week. My first one for you is the great Speedy Ortiz. This is Death of Speedy Ortiz and Cop Kicker Forever. And this is an indie project by the great Sadie Dupuis. She heads this up. And this is a combination of two of their EPs that came out in 2011. But these are now, it gives you a number of bonus tracks and previously unreleased, remixed and remastered tracks in one place for the first time on translucent red and sea glass vinyl. And this is, it's great stuff. It's a double. So you get all kinds of good music. If you're a fan of Speedy Ortiz, you're going to want this. It's a real, I'd say like grandmasters of indie rock that never really got like the acclaim that they deserved. But wow, really, really great band. If you want something cool to try, if you don't know them, you like it. You got to trust me on that. Okay, my next pick for you is St. Paul and the Broken Bones. This is Alien Coast, and this comes to us from ATO. And this is an 8-piece American kind of soul outfit, you would call them. They're based in Birmingham, Alabama, and they formed in 2012. They just really dig into R&B and approach it from like the modern era rather than referencing a lot of retro kind of hooks and things from that time period. So they're unusual in that way and really always consistently good. They use kind of skittering like trap drums on this and digital bass bumps, and they're just like consistently evolving. They're pretty fearless, and it's like something very fresh. So I kind of love that. This comes to us on an indie exclusive that is Gold Nugget, and it's a limited edition. Gold Nugget vinyl is what they're calling that. And I assume that it is that color right there. So anyway, those are my picks for you, but we got stuff to get through, so let's do it here. Let me see. I'm going to just mark through part of my notes and get going. Okay, so first up, this is The Fifth Dimension, and this is Greatest Hits on Earth, and this was on the Arista label. This is a compilation released in 1972. It consists of charted singles from both Soul City and the Bell labels, and it spent 24 weeks on the chart and peaked at number 14. And this has like, lots of stuff. Stone Soul Picnic is on here. Wedding Bell Blues is on here. Let me see, I'm sure Up and Away. Yeah, that one's on here too. Okay, next, this is a new offering by Tori Amos. It's called Ocean to Ocean, and this is a double LP, and it comes on Decca. And in spite of various crises that occurred since 2017, that was her last Native Invader LP. She's come back now with Ocean to Ocean, sorry. And it's more personal, this work, and as it's been in years, and it's got this kind of warmth and connection with deep roots in her earliest songwriting. It was written during the third lockdown in Cornwall, England this year. And it's not this year, obviously, last year. But anyway, it's a universal story of going to rock bottom and renewing yourself over and over again, like everybody's had to. So yeah, we haven't had anything from Tori Amos in a few years, so there we go now. Okay, next up, this one is Anteloper. It's Kudu or kudu. I'm not sure if you say that way. The label is International Anthem Recording Company. It's a spiraling mix of freely improvised trumpet, percussion, and electronics. Very loose, full of 12-tone trumpet and a rhythmic drum hits. It's funk grooves and meandering electronic vibes and noise. So that's here for us now too. And let me see. Then we have a cassette on this. I don't know if there's going to be an LP to follow, but this is Anthrax. Okay, and this is worship music. It's on Megaforce Records. It's the 10th studio album by this American thrash metal band Anthrax. The album was released in 2011. It was the band's first album of original material since 2003's We've Come For You All. So anyway, the first full-length Anthrax album since the return of longtime vocalist Joey Belladonna. But anyway, that's available for you, and it is on a limited edition orange cassette. It's kind of hard to see that, but it's kind of that translucent orange color. I mean, I think that the cigarette paper over the top is orange too, or maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not. But anyway, it's that glowy kind of orange. Okay, next up we have Bad Sons, and this is Apocalypse Whenever. This is their fourth album, and let me see if I can get that in frame for you a little better. This is, let's see, there's 13 upbeat tracks. It takes listeners on this journey following the story. The protagonist washes up on shore of a fictionalized Los Angeles after near-death experience at the hands of a turbulent ocean. The result is a fully fleshed out story that manages to find a beautiful balance between relatable, vulnerable lyricism and vivid storytelling. So it's kind of the perfect modern concept album from start to finish. It's got retro synths, really stunning vocal work, catchy guitar hooks, and energetic summery choruses. This is on limited clear pink vinyl. It's kind of interesting. I saw them years ago at the High and Low Festival, and they were one of the first bands out, and it's kind of nice to see that they've had some longevity, and this is now on their fourth album, so good for them. See, somebody's staying the course. All right, this is the Beths Jump Rope Gazers. This is on Car Park Records, and this is their second LP. They have kind of downshifted into a muted and sleeker sound than their debut, and all that energy that made that debut so special. The songs they're like stacked harmonies and girl group inspired call and response chants on this one. It's memorable hooks in their songs. At the most complex, the vocals suggest kind of a hybrid pop punk and Motown between those two. Anyway, it's on clear vinyl, and there is also a green cassette for these. Okay, and that's the Beths. All right. And next is also another cassette release. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's probably vinyl coming, but again, this is what's come in. This is Bitchin Bajas, Baja, California, Bitchin Bajas, and it's switched on Raw, and this is on Drag City. This is kind of an interesting piece. After covering Sun Ra on their 2017 Bajas Fresh, this is a Chicago trio, and they've decided to fire up some more vintage synths and interpret 8 more songs by the cosmic jazz legend Sun Ra. So interesting, huh? All right, now we've got the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. All right, first up, this is Beat the Devil's Tattoo. This is double LP on Vagrant Records. It's coming to us from them. This is their 6th studio album. It embarks on a sonic road trip through American music from howling front porch stomps on the Chattanooga and beer-sloshing Texas Roadhouse rockouts to swaggering proto-punk sneering in New York City's basement bars. Okay, this is the 25th anniversary edition, and it's double. This vinyl record is pressed using 100% recycled plastic material, and The idea is reducing waste because they're using from production from other vinyl records as well as reducing plastic. It gives the record a completely unique color. And depending on the material that was available at the time of pressing, this is like a milky gray with black splatter and variations of that. Okay, and then also this one, also in the 25th anniversary, all these three together, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and this one is Spectre at the Feast, and this is the 7th studio album where they push their sound into a new direction, and they introduce some studio experiments with ambience in the mix, complete with multi-layered sonic textures, echoey guitar drone, and it draws more than just a few comparisons guitar-wise to U2's The Edge, and I think, it was kind of a conscious nod to that. They're doing it sort of on purpose, but they like to experiment. Anyway, now, here we go. Now it's a double LP. It's the 25th anniversary, and it is on red vinyl. Okay. The last one is also Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and this is Wrong Creatures. Also, 25th anniversary. This one is the 8th studio album, and another solid outing shaped by riff rock and post-punk distortion. This one is on kind of a smoky marble. It actually, the vinyl kind of almost looks like the way marble stone is. It's just got that little smoky wave of darkness in the sort of white grayish color. So anyway, like I said, because of that unique pressing that they're using, the recycled vinyl, it all looks different, but that's kind of the baseline color of it. Okay. And then we have this is Burial on this is called the Anti-Dawn EP, and this is on Hyperdub Records, and I don't know, I didn't get to hear this today, but I just wanted to show it to you anyway, and sorry I don't have more info for that. It got past me. All right, this is the big mambo this week, and this is Ornette Coleman, and this is Round Trip. Ornette Coleman on Blue Note Tone Poet series, 6 LPs. It's a complete Ornette Coleman presents of all 6 albums on Blue Note, featuring Coleman, 5 albums as a leader at the Golden Circle, Stockholm, volumes 1 and 2 from 1965, The Empty Foxhole from 1966, New York Is Now from 1968, and Love Call from 1968. So, as well as a sideman on Jackie McLean's New and Old Gospel, 1967, it includes a booklet featuring rare photos and an essay. This is, again, the Tone Poet series, features all analog remasters, 180-gram vinyl, and a double gatefold packaging. But in this case, like the albums within the box are all double gatefold packaging. Okay, so anyway, that is the big one. I'm sure a lot of people will be quite happy for that. Okay, next up I've got Comeback Kid, Heavy Steps. I believe this is on white vinyl. Yes, it's on white vinyl. It's from Nuclear Blast. It's a limited edition. And over the last 20 years, Comeback Kid have been hailed as one of the major counterparts when it comes to shaping and pioneering both Canadian and international modern punk and hardcore in the sound in the scene. So they're known, and they're back. Next up. All right. This is Dion. It's called Stomping Ground, 2 LPs on KTBA Records. I don't think it's like pronounced Kitba, but KTBA. I think it's that. So anyway, he's a pioneering rock and roll singer-songwriter. This is another powerful collection of timeless blues. This is a follow-up to his universally acclaimed 2020 album called Keeping the Blues Alive, with blues with, wait a minute. Yeah, he did it with friends, blues with friends. Anyway, this time again, he's enlisted music world's iconic and talented stars to bring his blues to life. It's got people like Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, Bruce Springsteen, Boss Skaggs, Eric Clapton, G.E. Smith. Remind me, who's G.E. Smith? I forget what band that guy was in. Sorry, it escapes me at the moment. Somebody comment below and remind me. It's got Joe Bonamassa on here, Kebmo, Mark Knopfler, Patty Scialfa, Bruce Springsteen's wife. Bruce Springsteen also, Peter Frampton, Ricky Lee Jones. Wait a minute, maybe not Bruce Springsteen on here, maybe just his wife. Okay, well, anyway, you get the picture. It's more of that. So that's that. All right, now, putting stuff in the wrong place, sorry. All right, this is Earthless. And look at that artwork, pretty amazing, right? This is on Nuclear Blast. It's called Night Parade of 100 Demons. And this is on gold vinyl. It's 2 LPs. This is super interesting. Okay. By the way, this is gold, and side D is an etching. So there's music on side A, B, and C. Okay. There's an ancient Japanese legend in which a horde of demons, ghosts, and other terrifying ghouls descend upon the sleeping villages once a year. It's known as Hayaki Yagyo. I hope I said that right. Or the Night Parade of 100 Demons. So one version of the tale states that anyone who witnesses this otherworldly procession will die instantly or be carried off by the creatures of the night. As a result, the villagers hide in their homes lest they become victims of these supernatural invaders. Such is the inspiration for the latest album from Earthless. Their 2018's Black Heaven featured shorter songs and vocals from guitarist Isaiah Mitchell on much of the album, an unprecedented move for the San Diego power trio. Their latest is a return to the epic instrumentals Earthless made their unmistakable name on. Okay, Night Parade of 100 Demons is comprised of 2 monster songs, the 41-minute 2-part title track and the 20-minute Death to the Red Sun. Night Parade of 100 Demons isn't a return to their traditional format. It's a return to their very beginnings. But anyway, I thought that was just interesting how they built a double LP around that legend, and the drawings on this cover are just so amazing. So there you go. If you want to experiment and try something new, if they're unknown to you, that's something you could do. Okay, now we have the Eels, and this is Extreme Witchcraft, and this is on the eWorks label. The Eels have had consistently acclaimed careers in music, and the ever-changing project of principal singer-songwriter E. His name is Mark Oliver Everett, but he goes by E. So they've released 13 studio albums since their 1996 debut, Beautiful Freak. So during the height of the pandemic lockdown in early 2021, E got an out-of-the-blue message from the director of the first Eels video. So it triggered him to reach out to John Parrish, who produces Polly Jean Harvey, and so who was in between numerous projects, and immediately got to work. And so this is what came of that. So this is like all this new music. Now you can get it this way, just on black vinyl, single LP, but there's a deluxe version too, this one, and it's a 3 LP on yellow vinyl, like kind of a neon yellow vinyl. I think it's just that they divided it into... Oh, you know what it is? It's 2 LPs and a CD. So they stretched out the single album and over to 2 to make it a double on this yellow vinyl, and you get a CD in here too. I believe that's it. Yes, Deluxe 1 80-gram double transparent yellow 12-inch vinyl box set. It includes a lenticular print of the album's artwork, an Eels Ouija board with pointer, an A5 sticker sheet, and a Digipack CD with a booklet. Wow. So there's a lot of fun stuff in there if you're collecting and you like the special things. Okay. Now this is Escape the Fate. Dying is your latest fashion from Epitaph. And this was their debut studio album from 2006. And it's post-hardcore, metalcore, pop punk alternative. It's on opaque red, so you can get that again now too. Okay, now Dexter Gordon is up next, and this is on BMG Rights Management, and it is a reissue of the 1955 classic that features Confirmation and Autumn in New York. This unique way of playing the saxophone and hitting his rhythm section, playing with these weird swinging angles, was like not quite developed at this point, but you can hear that it's there and it's coming. So this was one of the earlier works, kind of before he really found his feet. He's one of the finest men ever to put a reed in his mouth, and this album, particularly Autumn in New York, belongs in every every jazz bows collection. Okay. Next up, we have the Grateful Dead, Fillmore West, San Francisco, California, March 1st, 1969. This is 3 LPs on Grateful Dead Rhino. You can see that this is part of the Start Your Ear Off Right series that we've been talking about over the weeks. It's now on vinyl for the first time. The complete performance from the historic 1969 4-night run at the Fillmore West. It's on 180-gram vinyl, mixed and remastered from the original 16-track analog tapes by Jeffrey Norman. So that is here for you now, too. Oh, now here we go. Here's part of the reissue and issue of demos for PJ Harvey, Let England Shake. So it's on Island, and this is the vinyl reissue of her 8th studio album, Let England Shake. It was originally released in 2011, produced by PJ Harvey, Flood, and John Parrish. It features the singles The Words That Maketh Murder and The Glorious Land. It was the second album in her catalog to win the UK's Mercury Music Prize. So this reissue, it's faithful to the original recording, and the package was cut by Jason Mitchell at Loud Mastering under the guidance of the original co-producer, who was John Parrish. Okay, and then you have the demos that are the companion piece to this. Okay, I'm going to put the other one down so I can show you this a little better. Okay, so here's the demos, and this is like a collection of unreleased demo tracks written for PJ's 8th studio album, Let England Shake, and it including demos of The Words That Maketh the Murder and The Glorious Land and The Last Living Rose. So the package features this brand new artwork. This cover is a drawing by Polly Jean, and okay, and it's also got some previously unseen photos in here too, as I think that goes along with the other ones that have been reissued and also the demo. So there you go. Love PJ Harvey. She's about due for something new. She hasn't really had anything in a while. Okay, this is Ismael Rivera. This, oh gosh, it's got a lot of foreign words, so you got to bear with me. I'm going to just show it to you, and it's called Lo Ultimo en la Avenida. Okay, it's on Craft Recordings. So this reissue celebrates the 50th anniversary of Ismael Rivera's 3rd album, Lo Ultimo en la Avenida. Recorded with Keiko y su Orquesta. Ismael was known as one of the great soneros in salsa, and Keiko was one of the most popular timbaleros during the 60s and 70s, making the combination undeniably eclectic and electric. Highlight tracks include the hit Mi Negrita Mi Espera, plus the exhilarating El Combanchero. This 180-gram pressing boasts all analog mastering from the original tapes. Hope I didn't butcher that too much, but man, this is like something cool if you want to step out of your comfort zone. Try something wild. Oh my gosh, you guys, would it be a week if we didn't have yet another King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard release? Okay, this is on Fuzz Club. It's called Demos and Rarities. 28-track demo collection dating from 2011 to 2020. This features a 12-page booklet and two 12-inch picture discs, both with full outer and inner sleeves, artwork and remaster exclusive to Fuzz Club Bootleg Limited. It's numbered to 500 copies, exclusively remastered on 2 180-gram LP spanning the best part of a decade. In 2020, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard released 2-volume demo collection. Okay, so there you go. And this is on purple and blue vinyl. So maybe, I don't know, I don't feel a booklet in here. I think maybe that, it looks like there's maybe something, but I don't think there's a booklet. I think that might be misinformation. So it's just a double album of colored vinyl, more demos and rarities, as if you needed more King Gizzard in your collection. That must be very vast by now if you're an avid collector. Okay. Lady Blackbird. This is called Black Acid Soul. BMG Rights Management. This is a new recording by Marley Monroe, a.k.a. Lady Blackbird. It's a very heading, haunty, sexy, soulful, heartbreaking stuff. Voice that suggests a cross between Mahalia Jackson and Nina Simone. And it kind of tears your heart apart and puts it back together again on this 11-song set. So, another crybaby album, but in a kind of a cooler way, not just whining about pandemic, which is kind of something new, right? All right, next up is Katie Lang, All You Can Eat 2020. This is on Nonesuch. And this is the third solo album by Katie Lang, released in 1995. And all you can say is that whoever she's singing about or has in mind when she delivers her lyrics is in for the time of their life, because the songs are passionate but confident at the same time. And she sings about exactly what she wants and what she wants to do with you without the or I'll die vibe. So interesting. Katie Lang really stepping into her own way that she wants to do things, which we always appreciate. All right, next up, this is Amber Mark, 3 Dimensions Deep on the PMR EMI label. Okay, now this is her ethereal debut album. It's featuring critically acclaimed singles, Foreign Things and Worth It. The album is structured in 3 acts, mapping out her journey at different stages, identifying her own insecurities, and working through the messy parts of self-discovery, and finally reaching a solid sense of self-worth. So that is that. This one, okay, we have Marshmallow Shockwave. This is on Joytime Collective. This is his 4th independent album. It explores genres like trap, dance, bass house, dubstep, tech, and everything in between. The album represents a gritty and confident sound, exploring a new territory while staying true to Mellow's Joytime roots. Filled with old school sound mixed with perfect new collaborators, including Megan Thee Stallion, Juicy J, DJ Slink, Slippy, Peekaboo, Nitty Gritty, Subtronics, Carnage, and Troy Boy. Okay, so if that's your thing, I hope you those names mean something to you. I get a couple of them, but then they start to lose me when it goes too deep. All right. This is called The Plot in You, is the band. It's called Swan Song. And this is on Fearless Records. So The Plot in You continues to move forward on their 5th full-length studio album, second for Fearless. Okay, they're an Ohio quartet. So they're just staring down years of negativity, soured friendships, disappointment, and mistakes, and they're fleshing it all in the wake of hammering distortion, towering melodies, cinematic production, and unapologetically cathartic lyrics. It's on peach fuzz colored vinyl, and it's limited to 1,200 copies. Peach fuzz colored vinyl, I'm thinking it must kind of be like this color, but peach fuzz. Everybody has to have a new name for their color, don't they? All right, now here's Margo Price. That's How Rumors Get Started. This is on Loma Vista. It's been out before, and this is Songs and Music. No, I'm sorry. I skipped a page. Whoops. Okay, so this is she's a Nashville icon and 2019's Best New Artist Grammy nominee. So she's kind of got this genre-bending rock and roll sort of country thing going. Kind of an emotional, twangy sort of voice that goes along with that. And she can get sky high or very soft and low. But she's kind of got this, her friend and longtime collaborator, Sturgill Simpson, helping her out on this one. And it shows both of them pushing into unexpected directions. It's on 180-gram silver vinyl, and it includes a bonus 7-inch. So for the reissue, they've put it on colored vinyl, and they're giving you that 7-inch. So, okay. Next up, this is the Silverbacks, and it's archive material. It's on Full-Time Hobby. And let's see, this is a second album. They're a Dublin, Ireland-based art rock quintet. So they're just bringing a lot of fun and personality and excellent musicianship across their songs. It's a record that confirms a bright future ahead, capturing absurd mixture of monotony and creeping disquiet experienced by many of us in the last 18 months. So that's going to be their take on things. Next up is Slade Alive. This is through BMG Rights Management UK Limited. Okay, it's the first live album by British rock band Slade. The album was released in 1972, reached number 2 on the UK album chart, includes their massive anthem, Get Down and Get With It. This is a limited edition red and black splatter vinyl copy. Looks like that. Okay. Now I have some soundtracks for you, and there's not much to say about these. This first one is Sing 2. So it's the soundtrack to that. And I think this had a lot of very famous people on voices. People like Reese Witherspoon and Pharrell Williams is on here, Scarlett Johansson, Matthew McConaughey, and Halsey is on here too. But anyway, I don't really know to what extent they're singing. Like, they're covering pop songs, but a lot of these people are actors. They're not singers professionally. So, again, I don't know. There isn't much to say about that. Just I'm kind of name calling for you here, just, in case that's of any interest. But, okay, that's available now. And the other one is same thing. This is the soundtrack to Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. And, well, it's songs and music featured in the Tom Clancy Without Remorse soundtrack, but it's the Jonesy. Does that mean anything to anyone? Jonesy is the person who's composing the music in this. Okay, so again, there's not a lot to say about these. I just, I maybe had to see the movie. There's no one, like no famous artists on that one. There like there was on the first. That's just all that girl Jonesy doing the composing on there. So I don't know. All right, this is Times of Grace, Songs of Loss and Separation. This is on WG Records, Sprawling's second album from Times of Grace. It's insistent in its bluesiness, bleeding distortion, and emotion. Weaves effortlessly between pensive, heavy, mid-tempo rock riffs and atmosphere. So this is their sophomore effort and their first since 2011. So it's kind of a long gap. They're channeling this haunting romanticism with kind of a spiritual yearning. Okay, and I believe this is on turquoise-colored vinyl. All right. Now we have this, and it is... Sorry. Okay, this one is Trivium, in the Court of the Dragon. This is on Roadrunner UK, and this is the 10th studio album from an American heavy metal band, Trivium. I don't know why it's on Roadrunner UK. It's an American band, but maybe that's just where they got their deal all this time. Okay, so They're from Florida. They're a quartet, and they've always been about crusading for the metal. And, they have increasingly technical and catchy sound that they like to create, and it's immediately recognizable as their own if you're familiar with them. And that said, over the course of their career, they've evolved, experimenting and trying out new things, and trying not to make the same record twice. So kind of real involved artwork there too. Sorry about that glare. Okay, there we go. Looks like detail of a Bosch painting almost. There's a lot going on. Okay, next up we have some picture discs for you through BMG. There is Uriah Heep, Very Heavy, Very Humble. This is the debut studio album. Strong, heavy, melodic, soaring melodic vocals, and perhaps this album kind of jumps styles too much for some, so this wasn't considered necessarily one of their best, but it looks like BMG is putting out this series of picture discs, and this is number 1 in that series. And then also Uriah Heep. This is Salisbury, okay, and that one looks like this. There's the back, big tank, I don't know. Okay, at the Crossroads, along with Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and Deep Purple, Uriah Heep helped invent a very decorative and uniquely British form of heavy metal. On the second album here, they experiment with what kind of weighed down Very Heavy, Very Humble's work towards perfecting that blend of heavy metal power and prog rock completely. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, this is just as an aside. A few weeks ago, there was a new album that came out by The Weeknd called Dawn FM, and now we just we have this CD, and it is the 5th studio album for this Canadian singer-songwriter. It was let's see, it features narration by Jim Carrey, guest vocals from Tyler, the Creator, and Lil Wayne, and spoken word appearances from Quincy Jones and Josh Safdie. The Weeknd's described the album concept as a state of purgatory, a journey that includes a light at the end of the tunnel. But anyway, the special thing about this, and the reason that we're carrying the CDs, is because it includes a limited edition autograph inside. This is in cigarette paper, so the sticker here tells you that it's got an autograph inside. So we've got those in the store now for anyone that's interested, and that wraps it up for this week, you guys. I hope that you found something that sounds interesting or that you might like. There's a little something for everybody. So now it's time to let's get on with our weekend. And stores open every day, 10 to 4. So tomorrow there will be somebody here. If you're local and you want to stop in and have a look at these new releases eye to eye, then we're here for you. Okay, so thanks everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.